Welcome to the Ultimate Basketball Challenge, where trust is key. Get ready to embrace the grind. The Devils training camp is officially in session. This class isn't about ball skills, it's a masterclass in self-doubt through suicide sprints. These supposedly confident players are in terrible shape, training like they're searching for gold in a pile of sand. Carter emphasizes again that any mistake equals a ticket to training prison. The next day, Santa Jr. arrived late, prompting Carter to administer a traditional form of punishment training. The defiant expression on Junior's face seemed to protest, as if to say, I refuse to accept that being late has become a trendy thing to follow. After a few days, this crew is turning into walking serials. That night, parents stormed in, ready to unleash their fury. They kept shouting, to play, we need a 2.0 GPA. Why 2.3 as a disguised penalty? Carter counters with exam data. 2.0 GPA needs 1050, SAT 2.3, just 950. It's just a C-level. Carter's attitude, rock solid. Play by my rules. Carter says if you want to win, you have to follow. Meanwhile, students and parents are engaged in an epic blame game. What shocks Carter is when his basketball-loving son, Cole, decides to break up with his prestigious school to follow. Carter is furious, pressing the unfriend button. As a father, who would tolerate their kid leaving a top school for this meme factory? His son's reason, better a chicken's head than a phoenix tail. Carter agrees reluctantly, double the contract. The next day, Carter drives his newly bought second-hand car, but since Cole is still finding his way, he arrives fashionably late again. Carter can't help but introduce, this is my son, then doubles the punishment. Why? Wills. Thus, after a month of demonic drills, it's finally time for their debut game. However, they haven't practiced defense, but Carter seems to have hosted a self-help seminar. His only requirement? Keep running. They hit the court and got steamrolled like they were flattened by a tractor. By halftime, they were down by a whopping 8 points, which sent Carter into a panic. But in the second half, their fitness advantage kicked in immediately. The enemy team was panting like asthmatic puppets while they were still bouncing. They caused a ruckus, and out of the blue, this formerly wretched team sniped their first win of the season. Everyone was ecstatic, but Cruz, who was kicked out, walked over and sneered, "You look ridiculous." Denying it out loud, he was turmoil inside, having joined the flyer industry with his cousin after getting fired. While he made some pocket money, this life wasn't what he wanted, so he made up his mind to return that night. The next day, he showed up at the gym and faced the punishment from Kirk with a fierce determination. With some help from the team, he finally got back in. Carter's second lesson? Unity. With Cruz back in, they cruised through the second game, but every time, Carter was like a godfather asking him the same question. No one knew what it meant, but as training intensified, the players' physiques skyrocketed. After winning the fourth in a row, they began to lose their minds. They not only insulted opponents left and right, but started pulling funny faces, which drove Carter absolutely bonkers. This was Carter's third crucial teaching during the training session. Humility must be maintained, and never let success go to one's head. In a fit of anger, he imposed 1,000 sprints on each team member and left in a rage, seething with fury. Carter seriously monitored players' grades. Mr. Link joked, your players are like eclipses, rare a few times a year. Carter looked utterly disappointed, then asked the principal for grades, only to find out it was out of his jurisdiction. After all, the graduation rate at Lehigh was only 50%, with most students being girls, and even fewer going to college. Teachers didn't want to waste time on these leggers, but Carter believed this was worth fighting for, and the two were locked in a heated debate. I disagree, they argued back and forth. Our contracts are to win games. Carter replied, your job is to educate these kids. Eventually, both left the discussion in delays. Luckily, the team's performance improved, winning the championship with 12 wins and 0 losses. This inflated the players' egos completely, leading them to party it up like rock stars, signing autographs for fun. When Carter found out, he quickly rounded them all back up. The players thought they were in the right. Coach, we're winners. Yet Carter observed his Victory Day's players, feeling utterly disappointed inside. What made him more disappointed was when he returned to the office and finally received the grade reports from the school. Carter found no passing grades, realizing how disastrous his training was. The next day, with high hopes, the players arrived at the gym, only to find the doors locked. A notice posted reading training cancelled. Meet at the library left them scratching their heads. After the search, Carter held one in each hand and said seriously, we failed, and since no one meets the standards, I will enforce the contract. The gym is closed until you all pass. The players were momentarily very confused and couldn't understand the reason behind it all, and at this moment, Cruz didn't hesitate to stand up, while at the same time the school also exerted considerable pressure, but Carter remained steadfast in his position. He posted a notice cancelling all games, causing a stir, and reporters flooded in like it was Black Friday. Carter shunned reporters heading to the library to hear players' thoughts. Watching the short-sighted behavior of these kids, Carter couldn't help but sigh, and then firmly warned, "If you don't change, then don't ever harbor any expectations of succeeding."